Amusement park food is often stereotyped as unhealthy, overpriced, and not very good. While some parks fall into that mold, there are several food options at parks across the world that are not just good for theme park food, but they are just flat out good. In this video, I thought it would be fun to highlight some of my favorite food items I've ever had at an amusement park. And at the end of the video, I'll select my favorite overall parks for food. And some notes before starting. 1. I am ranking the foods by category. For example, I love pretzels, and if I didn't break it up by category, half this list would have been soft pretzels. 2. The food item must be sold within the park. There is one notable exception I'll get to later. 3. I do not like sweets. For that reason, you will not see the famous Dollywood cinnamon bread or any ice cream on this list. 4. Due to the nature of this content, this video will be more picture reliant than video reliant. Starting off with the all-you-can-eat category, I picked Garden Grill at Epcot. This is a character meal, so it's great that you can see all your favorite characters like Chip and Dale, but the food is excellent as well. This is family-style dining, where the waiters and waitresses will keep bringing the food to your table as you want it. And I remember the seafood being really good not just for theme parks, but overall. My favorite breakfast option are the Mickey Waffles that you can find at Carnation Cafe at Disneyland, or the Great American Waffle Company at Tokyo Disneyland. There's just something special about getting a waffle in the shape of Mickey Mouse, and the waffles are delicious as well. You can also put all the toppings you want on them, though I just stick with butter. My favorite brisket is Old Blues Barbecue at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. I tried several different barbecue places while in Texas, and I was stunned that the barbecue brisket at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas was the best in all the state. Did I just get really bad brisket, or is this one at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas really good? I just love how moist and fatty it is. I also want to give an honorable mention to Trapper's Smokehouse at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, as that brisket's amazing as well. My favorite burger can be found at Parc Asterix in the Restaurant Deluxe. This burger was just delicious. It wasn't super large compared to a burger you might get at a traditional restaurant in the United States, but it was very juicy and it was made to order. And I also want to give an honorable mention here. I want to talk about the worst burger I've ever had in an amusement park. And it's honestly one of the worst food items I've ever had. It's the Crazy Burger at Slagharen. Just look at this thing. It looked completely unappetizing, and it just did not taste natural. My favorite chicken is the fried chicken at Mrs. Knott's Fried Chicken Restaurant. The reason I'm including this restaurant, even though it's technically outside the boundaries of Knott's Berry Farm, is because the park would not exist without this restaurant. The fried chicken here is delicious. It's golden on the outside and crispy, and on the inside, the meat is still moist and delicious. I also love all the sides you get there as well, like the soup and the biscuits. My favorite French fries are the potato patch at Kennywood, and I want to note that this one is a step above the ones you can find at Idlewild and Lake Compounds. The French fries have more toppings at this location, and in general, they tend to be crispier, saltier, and just better overall. I also want to give some honorable mentions to all the Chicky and Pete's crab fries locations. You can find all sorts of amusement parks like the Cedar Fair parks and Hershey Park. I also really like the hand-cut French fries that you can find at Knoebels towards the front of the park over by Power Surge. My favorite fried dough is the pizza fried dough at Six Flags New England. I used to like fried dough a bit more when I was younger, but I think they changed the frying oils and it changed to be healthy. I also find some fried doughs to be a bit sweeter like a funnel cake, but the one at Six Flags New England is excellent. I really like the toppings they put on it because it complements the fried dough perfectly. My favorite grilled cheese is the sausage and meatball sandwich at the Melt at Cedar Point. The Melt makes these amazing sandwiches, and this is my favorite one at that restaurant. If any one person can eat this meal by themselves, they deserve an award, and I don't know how they'll walk around the park the rest of the day. This is something I usually eat towards the end of the day, and then save the rest in my hotel room at Breakers. My favorite Mexican food are the tacos you can find at Indiana Beach. They claim they're the world's best tacos, and I wouldn't quite go that far, but they're very good, especially for amusement parks. The toppings are good, and just they seem very fresh. My favorite pasta are the pierogis you can find at Knoebels, specifically the ones from the roast beef stand over by Power Surge. These pierogis are warm, buttery pockets of goodness. Be careful at Knoebels though, because they also sell pierogis back by the round stand, and they are not the same ones. I also really like the cannellones at Pit Stop at Ferrariland over in Spain. My favorite pizza is the one at Via Napoli at Epcot. This pizza is delicious and tastes exactly like the best pizzas over in Italy. The dough is perfect, the sauce is delicious, and the cheese is always fresh. You can either get a whole pizza like I do, or I believe they also sell it by the slice. If you like this pizza, it's the exact same as the one you can find at Naples at Downtown Disney in California. Some other pizzas I want to highlight are the pizza at Mama Rosella at Ferrari World, which isn't too surprising considering that park's Italian heritage. I also really like the pizza at Zoo Marine in Italy. Another one that people really like is Cesari's at Knoebels. And when I get a hot, fresh pizza from Cesari's, it's amazing. My problem there is I usually get a reheated slice that doesn't taste nearly as good as these other ones. My favorite pretzels are the ones found at Busch Gardens and SeaWorld Orlando. These pretzels are doughy, buttery, and oh so delicious. They're my favorite soft pretzels anywhere. That's especially the case if you get the ones that are wrapped around bacon. Those are my guilty pleasures. I also really like the soft pretzels you can find at Kentucky Kingdom, Silver Dollar City. I also really like the deep fried pretzel you can get at Waldameer, which has a distinctly different taste to it, but I just love how you take one of my favorite items in soft pretzels and fry it to give it a different flavor. For roast beef, my favorite is at the Queen of Hearts at Tokyo Disneyland. Not only is the ambiance of this restaurant incredible, but the food is equally as good too. For seafood, my favorite is the grilled salmon at Shark's Underwater Grill at SeaWorld Orlando. This is an upscale restaurant with a great ambiance with all the shark tanks around you, and the food is delicious. It's quite possibly my favorite seafood dishes anywhere. It was fresh and tender. I also really like the swordfish at the Horizon Bay restaurant at Tokyo Disney Sea, and the shrimp dumplings at Motion Gate were delicious. I had to get that twice when I was there. For my favorite steak item, I'm going to go with the cheesesteak at Six Flags Great Adventure in the Movie Town area. That last bit is important. The steak is juicy, and I really like this item. And this will probably anger a lot of people from Philadelphia, but I honestly prefer this place over Pat or Geno's. I also want to highlight the steak bowl at Fuji Q Highland, which is a completely different type of item, but it's still really good. For turkey, my favorite is the Plymouth Rock Cafe at Holiday World. This is a cafeteria-style restaurant that serves all your favorites you can get at Thanksgiving or another holiday meal. And it's a pretty unique item to get at a theme park, to be honest. Now in the other sandwiches category, I want to highlight the Monte Cristo sandwich at Cafe Orleans at Disneyland. This sandwich is a heart attack waiting to happen with the ham and cheese sandwich fried, but it's oh so good. Every bite is just mouth-wateringly delicious. I also couldn't find the right category for this item, but I wanted to highlight the sausage and potato skillet at Silver Dollar City. This item has delicious meat, and it's a very heavy dish with potatoes, sausage, and all sorts of vegetables. It's one of the best dishes I've had at any amusement park, and I make sure to get it every time I'm at Silver Dollar City. Now, for the best overall parks for food, there are three that come to mind. First, you have Knoebels. If you want generic amusement park food, Knoebels is the place to go. Every single item there is top-notch, and the price is really cheap too. Now, if you want more unique dishes for snacks and meals, I'd go with Silver Dollar City. I really like all the food at that park. Now, if you want more upscale options, my two favorites are SeaWorld Orlando and Epcot. SeaWorld Orlando has the Shark's Underwater Grill I mentioned earlier, those amazing soft pretzels, and they also have this Dine with Shamu event, where you can pay for this buffet that's pretty good, and you also get this private show with Shamu. Then Epcot has all those amazing options in World Showcase, plus the Garden Grill I mentioned earlier. So those are my favorite theme parks for food, and I listed several of my favorite dishes you can find at those theme parks. What are your favorite foods at amusement parks? I would love to hear what you think down in the comments. Remember, I don't like sweets. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate if you gave it a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.